The opinions of this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
They're heading for the canyon. They're going back to the Citadel.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Damn you, Salazar!
With your hosts, Fabian Salazar.
They're the good storm chasers versus the bad storm chasers.
Yeah.
And Cole Butterfield.
If we were to make this a rated R version, dude, his head would have slid off, just like in that scene in Resident Evil.
Where we talk about movies.
Most of the time.
If you hate Twister, you're wrong. Dead wrong.
Agreed.
I'll fight you.
So come along for a ride and have fun.
All right, turn you down. Turn myself down. Okay, there you go.
A little bit. Yeah, that's a lot better.
There we go. Because you don't want to be like those old school announcers where they just crank the volume all the way up and then they're deaf as hell for the rest of their lives.
Turn it up and rip the knob off.
Exactly.
Welcome to Cole-astic Cinema. So Cole's still troll hunting in Reykjavik. He sent me a picture with some stone gargoyles and a couple stone trolls. He says he's going to grind them up into boner pills.
Boner pills.
So we wish him all good luck with that.
What gas station is he going to sell those at?
None of the big ones. Maybe. Oh no, Come and Go got bought out, didn't they?
Yeah, they're owned by Maverick now.
Yeah. Maybe a back alley at Sev. I don't know.
That'd be a perfect one for like those shitty 7-Eleven, not 7-Elevens, like Chevron owned. Not Chevron owned, like those just mom and pop owned. In the business, we call them VIPs, like independently owned gas stations that have like a case full of kratom and faux weed.
Oh
faux
yeah,
THC.
Right behind the counter.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll get Cole-astic Cinema branded boner pills.
And so, hi Goomba. I'm joined here in the studio with my guest star Aaron,
Hi.
and we are going to be talking about maybe watching the 1996 movie Twister.
So how does that make you feel? Because this movie is as old as you are. It
It's-
turns 30 next year.
Not only is it as old as I am, it's 2 days older than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, release
Wow.
date was May 10th.
That's funny. And your birthday is May 12th. So now you know Fabe's birthday, May 12th,
Oh, God,
1996.
don't send me anything.
Maybe some gas station boner pills.
If only they were made of troll. Let's see. So this movie was directed by Jean de Bont, written by Michael Crichton, Anne-Marie and Martin. It stars Billy Paxton, Helen Hunt, Jamie Gertz, Carrie Elways, a bunch of other people, including Philip Seymour Hoffman.
There's some heavy hitters in that movie.
Yeah. I love the cast in this movie. It was filmed in Iowa and Oklahoma. So I'm just thinking about the budget. So this movie was made for $92 million and made back $494 million.
Hell yeah.
So we've been on a run of bombs after bombs after bombs, and I was telling Dr. Sarah and KG last episode that to be considered a success, a movie has to make 1.5 times what the budget was.
Really, that much?
Yeah. So we just even great movies that we watch. We did Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and then we talked about Drop Dead Gorgeous, but didn't get to watch it. They were just shy of what the movie was made for, or even if it's just over or right about the same price, it's still a bomb. So we've been bomb after bomb after bomb until this movie. This is our first success movie in a minute, except
Nice.
for Iron Man, I think.
Yeah. This movie had such a grip on me as a kid because I was 8 years old at the time when this came out, and you're starting to get in that peak late 1990s CGI where it's really coming into its own.
Yeah.
So where you've got Jurassic Park, where lots of practical special effects, but also digital effects coming into their own. Computers are finally robust enough to handle okay, let's make a tornado and stuff like that. But now when you watch it again as in HD, you see it and you kind of go, all right, so there's one cloud that they've just rendered 8,000 times to get it to turn into a tornado.
Yeah.
But this movie is a special place in my heart just because, it's nostalgic. It's great. It's one of those first not terrifying thriller movies, but, there's some scary parts.
Yeah. Especially just the late at nights, or even the intro scene with the tornado.
God.
The intro scene is
Such a good one.
yeah. So this movie's just like one of the perfect Saturday or Sunday morning movies. I remember either we were just getting started cleaning or the parents were off doing something,
Mhm.
but I'd wake up and come out and you're already like halfway through Twister.
Oh yeah, we're at the scene where they're like, oh, Billy Paxton backed up over Dorothy. Oh, Helen Hunt is pissed.
um, let's see. I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I'm gonna have trouble
No
recounting
worries.
scenes. But
I'll walk you through it.
yeah.
Because like I said, this movie I know it from front to back, upside down, inside out. I know almost everybody in the film except for a couple of weird one-off guys. Like I know Carrie Elways, obviously, but I don't know the name of the guy, Eddie, who got impaled by the antenna tower at the
Oh,
very end.
yeah.
So I tend to jump around a little bit, but I'll help bring it all back. So there's a few notes that I wanted to talk about a little bit. So this movie is written by Michael Crichton,
Yeah.
who also did Jurassic Park. Also, it has Steven Spielberg attached to it. So like. Holy hell, we got some big hitters putting this movie together. Like the late '90s were just such a not boom bust, but just such a boom in a great way.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
filmmaking.
Yeah, and they were probably just on the set of Jurassic Park, like, hey, do you want to like go make a movie about twisters?
Yeah, I'll do tornadoes. Let's do it.
All right, sweet. or yeah, Jurassic Park. Wasn't there a hurricane on set for that movie for a while?
There was, and they used actual footage from the hurricane when the hurricane scene hits. So.
Yeah.
The scenes where it's a little bit grainy and you see the waves splashing up on the shore and on like the pylons and the protectors or whatever.
Yeah,
Can't think right now. Those were videos of the actual hurricane that hit the island where they were filming.
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably when they had the idea. They're just sitting around waiting. It's like, well, we can't film. What do we do? Huh?
Go get some B-roll.
Get some B-roll. We're gonna sit here talking about twisters, I guess. Ooh, hurricanes. We can't do hurricanes inland.
Tornadoes. Tornadoes.
So yeah, let's see. I remember like one scene that always stuck out in my head is the one dude who gets his forehead sliced open.
Oh yeah, preacher.
Yeah, preacher, and then Helen Hunt just.
Yeah, or we're just gonna So in that scene, what happened was like they were at the movie theater. Bill and Joe finally decided to finalize their divorce. She signs the papers. They get a couple of coffees, and then the tornado hits the movie theater. So you've got The Shining on in the background. The tornado's coming, which is a great, like, ooh, this is a great tie-in, make it all extra freaky. Tornado hits, and you see Jack's face on like part of the tornado, part of what's left of the movie screen at the drive-in. Everybody evacuates. They try to get to the pit in the car or in the repair shop. Windows blow out, something hits the air compressor, and then now you've got a wild snake of a hose just flailing around. So Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think it's Belzer, and Preacher are all trying to get it. Preacher's like, yeah, I got it, woohoo, I win. And then that's when the windows blow out again, and he gets sliced by the hubcap.
Okay.
So if we were to make this a rated R version, dude, his head would have slid off, just like in that scene in Resident Evil. Where,
with the lasers.
Yeah.
I was thinking also Sean William Scott in Final Destination.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Woo. I'm gonna talk about a movie that scared a whole generation of millennials. Final Destination 2. Nobody will ever drive behind a log truck ever again.
Yeah. Oh man, it took me forever to convince you to let me watch that movie.
Yeah. I don't remember that part.
Well, but yeah, it was they made it pretty soon after the original, I think, or the first one. I think that was like
The first one
2000.
sounds about right.
Yeah, but the log truck scene in the second one is everybody's just nope.
We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get Final Destination. So this movie, not Final Destination. Twister was nominated for 2 Oscars.
Oh no, I didn't get to that.
Yeah, so nominated for 2 Oscars, Best Sound and Best Visual Effects.
Awesome.
So sound, like, what does a tornado sound like? Well, some people say it sounds like a freight train, but they gave it such a distinct growl. Every time the tornado's coming, you hear like this lion roar or just like this weird, like, are we watching Jumanji? What's going on? No, it's a tornado.
Yeah, now you're talking about. I think I can remember the sounds just like.
Yeah,
But that's awesome. Let's see what else. I can't think of anything right now.
Very good. You can vamp and cut it all out in post. But,
Yeah, exactly.
So with best visual effects, there's we were talking about it earlier. I was trying to find it. My favorite thing to do is pull up IMDb and just go through movie trivia and just scroll and scroll and scroll. Especially with a movie I've seen 1,000 times. Like Laura will sit and watch it, but I'm sitting there watching it in the background while I'm scrolling movie trivia.
Yeah.
And there's a specific scene. I thought it was at the beginning of the movie, but no, it's like 53 minutes into it. They're racing out, and there's this impossible shot of you're way up in the sky. It's a helicopter shot, and it flies way down and gets right in line with the convoy of vehicles. And it looks like an impossible shot. Like, how the hell did you do that? But they did it so well that they slowed everything down. Like, all right, we're just going to drive at like 25 miles an hour, and then he's going to come in and do the shot. But when they sped it up, that was the cinematography trick. They sped it up in post, and they did it so well that it doesn't look gimmicky, or it doesn't look like, we're watching this on fast forward.
Yeah, it's so tough to do that. Just think of, like, I'm trying to think of what's a really, really noticeable one. A lot of stuff from like the mid 70s. No, I mean the mid 1960 tens. There you can tell when stuff is fast forward or it's sped up.
There's a really sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I have to get this thought out before I forget.
Yeah.
There's a scene in The Patriot. It's right after Lucius Malfoy gets killed by Mel Gibson. And then he runs off into battle after killing him, but they sped it up, and it looks like Benny Hill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Like, why did you do that in that movie?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like slowed down stuff in The Patriot, like, or maybe even it's just one scene, the scene of Mel Gibson running into battle with a musket.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Maybe was that before or after he killed Lucius Malfoy?
I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Maybe I'll have to put that one on the list. Let us know in the comments.
There you go.
And as always, let us know what movies you'd like us to watch, and feel free to share any of your thoughts on this movie, whether you liked it, hated it, or it just didn't really hit for you.
And if you hate Twister, you're wrong. Dead wrong.
Agreed.
I'll fight you.
Yeah, what did you think of Twisters? I haven't seen that one yet.
So Twisters, I had some apprehensions going into it just because it's a new movie and I have weird things with new movies.
Yeah, legacy sequels especially for me.
Yeah. So, but it was done so well, similar to Top Gun Maverick, where it's all right. I guess Top Gun Maverick is a bad example because that's almost a direct sequel.
Yeah.
So with Twisters, there's a lot of nostalgia, but it's not a nostalgia-based movie. It's so well done where it's just like, hey, did you see what we did there? Subtle, right? Okay, cool. We're moving on. They have a couple of really good scenes at the very beginning where they touch on it. And this is where we can pivot into how Twister is also a car movie, not just a weather event movie. Because in Twister, what do you think of? You think of Billy Paxton's bright red Dodge. It's the hero car. Oh my gosh. In Twisters, Glenn Powell drives not bright, but it's a beat to shit maroon red Dodge.
Okay.
So that's another like, oh my god, the hero car, the Dodge is back. It's so good. So forgive me because I'm going to geek out and just ramble on. So Twister is also one of the reasons why I loved it so much is because it was a car movie. I was always looking at the different cars. You've got this Ramble Shack ragtag team of college students, but they're not college students because the University of Oklahoma wouldn't let them, put their logos everywhere. But it was kind of one of those like, all right, we'll give Dusty a fucking hat that says OU on it. Nobody will say anything.
Yeah, there you go.
And so you've got Dusty's school bus, you've got the Chevy van, the Ford Country Squire wagon that gets hucked into the auto shop in that same scene where Preacher gets his head sliced. You've got Joe's Jeep J10, their Gladiator pickup, which, oh my god, so nice. So cool.
And then, I mean, they're not, but in my head, they're Carrie Elway's fleet of 2001 Suburbans.
Yeah, he's cruising in a Suburban, which I've never, I always looked at it weird, why is it a dually? Apparently it was a factory option. It's crazy.
For a Suburban?
For a Suburban, yeah.
Huh.
It's a factory option for it to be a dually, and it just looks so weird to me as a kid. I didn't understand. But you've got the good cars and the bad cars, and the bad cars are all blacked out. They're all sleek, corporate sponsors, and ooh, they've got money. But then you've got, the ragtag team.
Yeah.
So What's really fun in Twisters, they do almost the exact same thing.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you've got the good guys and the bad guys. There is a bit of a rug pull, or not a rug pull, but a gentle twist where you go, oh ho ho, ooh, okay. But all of the money, they've got Dodges. There's a Dodge pickup truck that's I think it's their TRX, Dodge's supercharged TRX. They're Durangos instead of minivans. And then Glenn Powell's crew are just a you got the Dodge van. There's a Vanagon in there, which I kept laughing at because like that thing would have gotten blown over within like 5 miles of a tornado. There's no way it's gonna get anywhere close. And speaking from experience, I have a Vanagon, and you'll get blown off the road at 55 miles an hour. They're just a slab of aluminum in the wind. So, and it's such a fun car movie when you're 8, 9, 10 years old, looking at it, going, "Go Dodge, go! Oh my God, look at it go!"
One thing which I absolutely love is the perfect just camp stuff that I love, just the camp movies. It's the good guys or the good storm chasers versus the bad storm chasers.
Yeah. He's in it for the money, not the science.
Why does there have to be good and bad? That's the camp that I love.
Yeah. Why do we care about these people? Because, well, like I said, I just shouted it. He's in it for the money, not the science. It's Carrie Elways, Jonas Miller, son of a bitch. He's a night crawler.
And it's not winking at the audience. They play it 100% serious, and you have to, and it rocks.
Yeah,
it is absolutely fun. Let's see, where are we sitting at time wise?
Time wise, we're at 17 minutes. I'm gonna grab a sippy do.
Okay.
Well, you got some copy you have to read?
Not for this one, no. Sometimes we do a script reading, but I hadn't picked one out yet for this one. We mainly do those at Dad's because I have my monitors and we can just continue to talk. So if you ever want to do another one over at Dad's, we can do a script reading.
Okay. So when you say script reading, like us reading the script or like trying to recreate it, or
just reading the script and then deciding like either like let's just play this serious because we like this role, just word for word. Or one of the fun ones we did was I played Clarice Starling just straight. And then Cole played and then Cole played Hannibal Lecter, but it was Trump.
Oh God!
But it worked so well.
I get it.
It's like, you know what you looked like to me with your boot shoes. You look like a rube. Not good.
Nice.
But it was perfect. So yeah.
Have you seen The Abyss? You know The Abyss, right?
The Abyss. Is that the one with the diver?
Yeah. Ed Harris, nearly drowned. I don't know if it's Jan.
Oh, that's James Cameron. I'm thinking of a different movie. Yeah, I know The Abyss, but I haven't seen The Abyss.
Anyways, little fun fact, because I pulled up IMDb trivia. Twister exists in that same universe because the petroleum company in The Abyss is the same petroleum company when the fuel truck lands in the final scene and explodes.
Oh, no way.
So, yeah, I think it's Banthic Petroleum. So go back and watch that, and you go, oh, let's tie it all in together.
Awesome.
That's fun. Little tidbits. Also, did you know that Jan de Bont gave Billy Paxton and Helen Hunt retinal burns?
Oh no.
Yeah. So, and you can you'll understand this because of your background. So when there's summertime, it's really bright and sunshiny. It makes it really hard to film a dark and foreboding scene.
Yeah.
So what he would do, he was just packing a shitload of lights and crank them all the way up to max. So when you watch Twisters, look at Glenn Powell. He's so squinty. I don't know if he's like that all the time, but he's pretty dang squinty. So the lights were so intense because he had to overexpose everything to make it look dark, and it ended up burning their retinas. So imagine getting a sunburn on your eyes.
Oh, that hurts. I'm just trying to think of reasons why you'd have to do that, but
because you're filming on film, or you just need it. Well, it's 1996. They don't have technology to do that.
Yeah, that's true. They don't. Low light cameras like mine. Yeah, I guess you're right. It would be. Yeah, you just got to use what you have right now. But that is really, really funny.
Yeah. So go back and watch it. When you see them squinting in some of the scenes, it's probably like, yeah, they've got some intense lights.
Staring straight into a 10K.
Yeah. No! It's so bright.
Well, cool. Do you want to actually go watch the movie and then maybe do a little post or?
Let's see. Possibly. Let's see what else we got in here. See, I don't have any notes. Let me see if there's anything else that's fun in here.
Okay. I go Magumba.
Well, the hero dog in the movie is also a golden retriever.
Haha.
And they did, I mean, you get multiple dogs to do films. There's a few scenes where you go, boy, that dog is old. That dog is not the same dog that they rescued.
Who's that good dog? Y'all are getting spoiled. You've seen 3 new dogs on camera and possibly 2 cats. I don't know if Sheila actually made it up, but Mox was like in the whole beginning of our episode. You're just sitting on Sarah's lap, like, I'm not moving.
Okay. All right. You know what other fun chase movies, car-centric movies that Jean de Bont did?
No, what?
Speed.
Yes,
He did Speed.
All right.
That's a fun one. Oh God, Speed is such a good movie. It is the perfect action movie.
Oh, it's so good. One of my favorites, just Jeff Daniels, just his death scene, just knowing it's like the look on his face. Just,
Okay.
bam! It's so good. He's a not underrated, but
Underappreciated. Maybe?
underappreciated for sure.
Yeah, it is weird seeing him in like Speed and Dumb and Dumber. It's just you're out of your element there.
Yeah.
But I guess it works.
He still plays 100%. Like he doesn't lay back like, this is just a dumb comedy or this is just a dumb action movie. He gives it his all, and that's what I appreciate about him.
Acting. So yeah, let's go fire up Twister and we'll do a quick post.
Awesome.
Dude, that wasn't so bad. Let's get ready.
Why can't we spend a normal day together?
All right, we're back. Just a good movie.
What do you remember? Like, what were you blown away by? Like, oh yeah.
Just all the little details, all the quotes that live in my head but aren't like quotes that we do. They're just they're just memorable lines, like B-Pax talking to Helen Hunt, like, you got to move on from your dad and everything. Like, that one sticks in my head for whatever reason. But I never
Why do you have to move on from your dad?
No, but I don't know why, but I remembered that one a little bit closer to the end, more so than it's like in the middle. So that, not like blown away, but just something I thought about a little bit. The storms or the tornadoes, the animation on them holds up pretty well. But I think the landscape shots and just the cinematography, all the helicopter shots, all the landscape shots, the skyboxes, I think that really got me. Just the cinematography overall was really good.
Yeah. It does expose, like at the very end, you kind of see like the limits of 1996 CGI.
Yeah.
But it's still such a great movie. When I just watched it, oh gosh, it's time for another Red Bull. No, watching it again, it's so well done. Where that era of movies, the late 90s, it's right before things get extra bloated and the characters change and they try to go to that early 2000s John Cena style, Mark Wahlberg style of acting.
Yeah,
just kind of ham-fisted and just like, I'm just super attractive.
Yeah.
Like The Italian Job. The Italian Job does still hold up really well, but some of the acting and the tropes are so cringeworthy.
Yeah.
But the movie itself still holds up. And
I need to watch that one again.
where I was going with that was at the very beginning, we're watching Joe and Bill get together and they're chirping back and forth about signing the divorce papers. Everything's all close up and high and tight, and you're focused on them, and the quality of the picture is still so good versus all right, wide shots, landscape shots, it's just bloated and it's done in a green room. And
Yeah.
who gives a crap about real trees? We'll just put them in post.
Yeah. So let's see. Gotta get to my notes.
All right, then I'll take over while you're doing that. So the opening scene, I like to compare it to Jaws because It's so good and it's so terrifying in a way. Like when you're 8, 9, 10 years old watching that movie, you become scared of that thing because that opening scene was so bad. So
Yeah.
instead of being scared of going into the water, we're scared of a tornado.
Yeah, and it does a really well job of, I guess it's Spielberg-esque of putting the intro like, it's just terrifying. Like I think, doesn't Jurassic Park have like an intro like that? Or
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot out!
Yeah, that one. It does such a good job. You're like, oh, this is gonna be scary, and then just being nice, light, and happy and playful for a while before we get back to it.
Right. So, and also all three of those same movies, you kind of do see the monster, the Twister, Jaws, and the Velociraptor. So it's that same like formulaic Steven Spielberg. Do it this way because you'll get an Oscar.
Fun story about Steven Spielberg. So he dropped out of film school because he just started working.
Right.
He just showed up on set one day and started working. It was wild. But when he went back to finally finish his degree, like I think for his directing final, he just turned in
Schindler's
List. That's it.
Hey, I really need to pass this class. I've got a movie I can just submit. Let me just drop Schindler's List in there.
Yeah, I wrote at the beginning. Storm cellar, 50 yards away from the house.
Yeah. Why was it so dang far away? You probably it doesn't matter.
Drama.
Yeah. The drama of running across the entire property just to get to the storm cellar. Shining at the drive-in. Yep,
Yes.
Jack Torrance's face on part of the tornado as well as what's left of the movie screen.
Yeah.
Also, bold choice having The Shining being screened at the drive-in.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about a little bit of it. You can go get some, or make out with your date. Go get some snacks. Walk all the way back to your car. And what have I missed?
Nothing.
Nah.
No, you can fire up a few darts back and forth. You could go take a 30-minute poop and still come back in. What's happened? Oh, it's Jack Torrance just...
We're not even at the twins yet. All right. Mark Mancina did the score, and it's so good. It had me questioning if it was John Williams because the light, that light, playful
Orchestra.
It's very, very good. Let's see. You got the for those of you who have played God of War 2018. Yeah, the PS4 one. The guy that plays Baldur's in this one.
He's Lawrence. He's the guy. He's the guy that chickens out and panics and gets crawls into the cab of his truck.
Yeah. I thought that was really
movie
cool.
theater.
You can keep going back and forth.
Sure. So I geeked out. So the GMC motorhome. This is a fun fact. Well, there's a lot. We could have a nice whole podcast about the GMC motorhome itself. So GMC decided to make its own motorhome, not farm out its drivetrain, farm everything out to like Winnebago or something like that. They made it from scratch. What's unique about it is that it's front wheel drive.
Ooh.
So it's front wheel drive. The floor is a lot lower and flatter, and that's where they could store like the water tanks, the gray water, the black water. But imagine an RV that big and it's front wheel drive. Just weird, right?
Yeah.
Also, it's the same. It's also used as the Aquabats battle. What the crap do they call it?
I
Not
don't know off the
battleship.
top of my head.
I'll pull it up. One more second. Yeah, we'll edit all that out. Hang on. Battle tram. The Aquabats battle tram. They use it as the battle tram too. It's just the GMC motorhome, but theirs is great. It has wings.
Classic. Kind of bring up the amount of people who have passed away since this movie has been screened. Bill Paxton, Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Ripsch.
The aunt from True Blood, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head.
Really, she died?
Yeah, she passed away.
What is it with her and blonde nieces? I don't know.
Yeah, blonde nieces in the South. The green sky, it's just always cool.
So let's get into that because this is where streamers, when you watch this movie on streaming and you grew up with it, watching it on either VHS or DVD, you'll notice a big change because maybe this is how Jan de Bont wanted to, how he originally wanted to do it. it kind of ruins it for the sense of like that's not how it was, when I was a kid. The nostalgia kind of takes over a little bit, but there's a few scenes like the first tornado they go chase. It's so dark, but in the original format, it's a lot brighter. So it's
I remember this movie being a lot brighter too.
Yeah, there's some dark scenes, but like not like this dark. You're like, God, I'm squinting. Like I never had to squint before. And then I brought up the comparison. Like it's the original trilogy that wasn't re-released. It's like the original trilogy of Star Wars versus. Let's go ahead and just plug Hayden Christensen in there in post.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's make Jabba digital now.
that was it. I guess the 2004 or something re-release he looks better, but the original 94 re-release he looked like trash, hot garbage.
So bad.
Yeah. The Green Sky one made me think of my age out year of drum corps, where we were in Oklahoma, and anytime I'm in Oklahoma, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch to see the skies. And my rookie year was the same thing, but I didn't have to worry because we had a guy from the south that did it for us. But my age out year, it was all like, nobody really cared, and so we go out and we start rehearsing, and I look around, I'm asking people like, what do you think? I'm like, it might rain. What do you think? It might rain. I'm like, wait, these are all people. Where's my friend from Oklahoma? And I walk over to him, he's like, what do you think? And I don't know, man. It's like, okay. So later, like, it starts raining. Like, raise my hand, and they're like, hey, I don't know about this weather. And they're like, oh, we'll be fine. Okay. Raise my hand. Like 10 minutes later, we got green. We got greenage.
Yeah. Green
like,
skies.
No, we'll be fine. Let's keep yours. Okay. And me and my buddy from Oklahoma would give each other the look like, dude.
Yeah.
And then my third and last time, raised my hand. I'm like, hey, the canopy for the food truck is flying across the field. Can we go inside now?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. We got a lot. I don't think any of us actually saw the tornado, but we were close.
Yeah. No, that didn't happen to us in my times in drum corps, but there were a few times where we have inclement weather. We might see a little bit of rotation, like stuff's brewing and kind of coming together. But we're gonna go into the school as a precaution, just because this is a fairly big thunderstorm. We don't want to be out on the field, obviously. But no, we never had any moments where it's like, oh shoot, hit the deck.
Yeah. All right, next thing.
So this is fun. In Twister 2, or not Twisters 2. Fuck. In Twisters, watch the opening scene and then predict who's gonna die. Because when we were watching it, I was looking at it going, and I was thinking of the Cleveland show doing their bit with Die Hard. It's like, you are gonna die.
You're also gonna die.
That's exactly how the opening of that movie went. Like you, maybe you, gone.
That's funny. This movie's just so captivating. Like, even like the down parts with the characters, like it feels so natural. They all feel like they're actually having fun chasing the storms, and they all what was the word? They all have chemistry.
Yeah,
like the cast has very good chemistry. So there's no dull moments in this movie.
No, very very well done with storytelling, pacing, all of that. It doesn't get to that part where it's kind of not a trope, but a tendency right now in movies where our attention spans are so limited and so short, where there has to be action or something or dialogue happening all of the time. Like, no, let it have a natural breath or a natural pause. Like, have a down moment, just a relaxed moment.
For sure. I had to look up how they made the hail. They had 2 big trucks with wind machines on them and ice cubes.
Oh, nice.
We were just flinging ice cubes at the end. That's when I read, I was like, ow.
Yeah, that's got to hurt.
And then I guess my last note is just the last thing we touched on at the end credits, when the camera starts panning out, you can see the entire F5 pathway. I thought that was really, really cool.
That was neat,
nice
but
touch.
I think that's new. I think that's, again, like they added that in post, because I don't remember that being in there in the VHS version.
I don't either. That's why we might have just noticed it. It's a different version.
What we need to do is we need to find the damn VCR and find Twister on VHS, maybe DVD too, because that'll be easier to source.
Yeah. Just finding a VCR that works, because I know we have like 4 of them.
Yeah. Probably. Anything that ever is or ever will be is in the basement at the house.
Yeah. Any last notes? Any last comments?
No, it's one of my most favorite movies. It's a weather movie. It's a car movie. Good guys, bad guys, like we touched on in the beginning. It's so much fun. Like, all right, these are the bad storm chasers. The only reason that they're bad is because they drive black cars and they have money. These guys are sponsored by a small Division II school, and they're just out there with what they have.
Yeah, so good. Happy to watch this one again. It's been a handful of years, and highly recommend it. And as always, let us know what you think in the comments, whether you like this movie, haven't seen it, and should, or if you just don't like this movie, which I wouldn't understand why. But anyway, we'll see you next time, and this has been Cole-astic Cinema with guest star Aaron.
Adios.